Welcome back, guys. Back in the shed again. Watching Horsepower Addiction. You may have seen his channel, it's pretty cool though. He goes to car shows, gets footage and stuff. So I'm watching that partially. The cold beer. Today is going to be just an update of what I've been up to. Obviously, that last video was about the Escort. It was a mammoth task, it really burnt me out. I was stuffed for days after that, just mentally. Physically not so much, but yeah, it's that car's sweet now. Just put the paperwork through for the club registration. They send me back a receipt. I go to my local RMS and yeah, put Rego on it. So that's done. So what I'll go through today is some of the parts that I've got through in the mail and got done locally. It's been a bit of a mission. I've been waiting on parts. I'm still waiting on parts to get just back orders. It's unreal. So I'll just go through what I got here. Is this Gibson tail shaft. So this was made to suit my car, which is unique. So I've got a Borg-Warner diff with a top loader transmission. So what I'll do, I'll cut this open, I'll have a look at it, and then we'll do a test fit. So I've been blown away lately with how much more it costs now to get stuff done. It's unbelievable. So that yoke, that's remanufactured, and then they made a whole new body, and they used this flange here that come with the EL Falcon wagon diff. So it's all the stuff they done. $950. It's only about $650 to get this done on the Escort. Would have been probably 7 years ago now. So yeah, prices have definitely gone up, but that's the way things are. So what I'll do now, I'll get the car up on the hoist and we'll do a test fit. See how well it fits up. Put a bit of oil on here. I know that at some point, apparently this gearbox been reconditioned. So yeah, I don't want to wreck the seal. As for this, it should mount on by itself, and then you can, got the bolts here. So yeah, all is good. See how it fits, eh? All I've done is measured from this point here, well, to that point here where the seal hits. That's where they want the measurements. I've done that. So yeah, hopefully it sits around, the seal hopefully sits around here. We'll find out. Yeah, perfect. Couldn't get much better than that. There's plenty hanging out, so you got to take into account the suspension going up and down. Just one bolt in there, just doesn't fall out in front of me. But yeah, all is good. I've put a bit of Loctite on here when I pinch this up. So yeah, righto, move on. I figured, seeing I've got the car in the air, I might as well put these Webco shocks on the back. They've been used as a roll door stop to keep the door partially open for a while now, so might be a good idea to put them in. So yeah. Oh, just pushed myself today, I just don't feel like it. I know once I start, I'll start making like progress. You just got to push yourself. Those shocks went in absolutely so easy. It only took me, I reckon, 15 minutes, if that. I kept stopping and starting. I got the headache car, that Grand Cherokee. Me mum and dad have had it for like 7 weeks, waiting for their Volkswagen Caddy to get repaired because he had a little incident. Super cheap auto reversed into a Land Cruiser accidentally, so wasn't much where he's going. And yeah, so I've had an AG for 7 weeks. I thought I'd put it on the market. Had it on there for probably 5 days, or maybe a bit longer than that, almost a week. And getting a lot of just offers and crap like that and scammers. Had a good old conversation with a scammer this morning, trying to waste his time. Then I realised at the end of it, I said to him, you don't tell anyone, but that Jeep's been in Fast and Furious as a stunt car, but don't tell anyone, it's a secret. And then he replied back saying, oh, that's good. That's nice. It's like, I might be talking to a bot here. A human would have caught on to that. So I ended that, didn't worry about it. But a bloke just chatting to a guy now. He popped up and he said, he's interested in doing swaps. And I said, oh, not really. I want money. I want to get a newer car. I want money for that car. And he's like, oh, you want to do if you let me know if you want to do a swap. So I had a look at his profile and he come up. He's got a 2010 FG Falcon, or it's a G6. Well, that one there's G6E Turbo. Had a look at it and it's got a lot of similar mods to this car. It's lowered. It's got the V8 bonnet. Obviously non-turbo. This is a ZF 6-speed. His is a 5-speed, which a 5-speed's a bit of a hit and miss. I just think they're more fragile. Servicing, they're probably right, but he said he's keen to a swap. To me, it seems like a pretty fair deal. I'm just looking, giving my son the BF Falcon wagon LPG, give that to him, and he can run that around. But I just back in my mind, I think he doesn't want to drive a car like that around. He's only taking it because it's free. He's not really interested in it. He's not really into cars like me, but so yeah, I've got to think about whether I want to swap the Jeep for that G6 and let him have the G6, and then I'll just keep driving the wagon for a bit longer, and when I'm ready I've got another car, I'll get rid of it, but I won't get much for that. It's got hull damage, it's got heaps of Ks, but it is a good car, mechanically a good car. Yeah, so we'll go through what else I've got here now. Oh man, if I could stop the ranting in my videos, that would go so much better, but that's just me. So this come with my house. It's just a box. They got a complimentary thing when I got this house built. Mojo gave me stuff. So go through these seatbelts. So seatbelt king. Done the seatbelts up for me. What I might do, I might lower the car on the ground properly, and then I'll put this stuff on the bonnet. There's a bit of stuff I need to go through with you. So time to go through these seatbelts with you. So they originally quoted me $155 each seat belt to re-web. So they said they're going to get material that was, or seat belt webbing that was close as possible to what I had. There's all these different shades of browns, they tell me. Find it's the Escort seat belts. I just had it here. The old retractor, here we go. So what they do, they unweb the retractor right back to its I've got it unwebbed, but I think they got it. I don't know. I'll have a look. I'll pull this retractor out and have a look at it. Here's a new seatbelt. It's original. So they're different, but that's all right. All that fussy. So the problem being, right, I really wanted. I fixed this retractor up. I recoiled the spring in it, so that it retract again. So I purposely went out and chased up. I had the original retractor and the assembly for both sides of the car, but the driver's side retractor was absolutely knackered. It was seized. It got the full elements of Mother Nature. So I ended up getting one out of a sedan. And yeah, so I did the one that the original one for the car retracted okay, but the one I got for the sedan didn't. So I just popped this cover off, and you recoil the spring a bit. I'll take the spring out. For my case, I took the spring out because it's partially seized, and got one out of this later XB, XC retractor. So I managed to get this to work, but the problem they had, I sent them off, and no shit, it was like a 2-week turnaround, if that, for them to get it done. So they received it, and then the dude called me up and he goes, mate, there's like a special clip or something inside. I don't remember the exact details, but you can't just swap these over. These ones, I think you could, the later ones, but these ones, they had problems like to do it. And I'm like, I was really sort of and ahhing, and I was really had my heart set in getting these done. And then he said he'll go talk to his boss, and I knew this guy knew what he's talking about. Like, I wasn't going to stuff him around, you know. So I just went up. He said, right, what you can do is just get a new retractor. Just get a new one. And go from there. And I think it's probably a good idea anyway, because it is a safety aspect of it. That'll retract really good. It's obviously going to work well. And he won't really see this anyway. It's going to be buried down right in the bottom of the car, but I know, that's probably... I've got the Escort. I bought new seatbelts for it. It had the same problem. Unknowingly, I didn't realise how I could get them to retract better, but it looks identical, actually, and this is from the UK. So, yeah. Appears to be exactly the same. So, yeah, obviously I know they're legal in Australia then. Let's have a look at this one. Compare it. Oh, the top's different. But yeah, it's got a standard on it. Righto. So yeah, that's what happened with that. But the rest of it, you know, all this stuff, before you put these back together, they've got to be all clean in there. Looking at it, looks all shiny. So they've done a lot. They've done a really good job. It did cost me. It's $915. So what I have to do these. These I have an XA. Stalks out of an XA coupe. So these are in saddle. Where the original one here is like the poo brown, but it's like rats have gone to town on it and they've had a good munching. So it's no good. So a bit of rust going on here. I'll just probably get a rust converter on. I could pull that back and polish it up. But yeah, seat belts, very good. So yeah, pretty stoked. Did cost me, but putting the price on safety, so we've got to make sure it's done properly. So I'll pack them away. I still have to make the holes in the hood lining for the what are they called, drop drilling, or what they call the go on the roof. That's another job. I'm still waiting. I've dropped off the seats at one of the trimmers in my area. He done, if anyone follows Facebook groups, there's a fella near me, Dwayne Bones. He's got a Landau. You'd have seen it. He got his interior done by the same bloke. His name's Richard. Done a cracking job on it. Dwayne's is like top notch, really smick. So yeah, he's got my seats. So he's probably had them for over a month now. I'm not pushing him. It's all good. I'm just going with the flow at the moment. The money's sitting there in the bank. When they're ready, he'll let me know. I'll come pick them up. He did say something about the back seat has to be fitted to the car first before he puts the new seat covers on it, because it was a little bit warped. I don't know why, but it's a little bit bent. But I haven't heard from him. Yeah, I'll leave him with it. But I sent the door trims to Pro Stitch in Sydney. I was going to drive down there. Then I'm just posting them instead. Then they received them probably over a month ago, and I just been busy with the Escort and work, and I forgot to call them. So I rang him up and asked him, have you received them? He's like, yeah, I've got it. Yep, I found it. It's sitting on the shelf. He's going to get back to me, and I sent him the parchment and vinyl that the covers were made with. So that'll probably have them soon. But also, I'll show you what else I got. Got these new inner door handles. Same as the Escort. Surround. The Escorts are black. This is the chrome. New horn. I really wanted to use the original of this car, but they're seized. And I was trying to look into ways to be able to lubricate it up and get it working again, but didn't worry about it. New handbrake cable. Got that from what's it called? Grand Tourer. Unfortunately, something else I had a problem with, but yeah, that was on a back order. That finally got that. I can put that in now if I want. Horn, surrounds. This blinker, I accidentally stuffed up. I ordered, these are not cheap. I ordered two. The tail light, brake light socket holder it's got this, obviously designed for tail light and brake. So I stuffed up, so I ended up having to put, that'll be for the blinkers on the back, obviously, and got these on the door trims. What are they for? Oh yeah, that's for the windscreen wipers. Remember, I couldn't bolt the motor down properly. Got them. I bought them for the Escort. They ended up losing them. Ended up losing it, and I found the original one I was looking for. And these here for the fuse box I was telling you about one of the other videos. I'm going to modify the fuse box, modernise one. So yeah, I've got that to do. I'll show you what else I got. So some of you would know, I've got an Aces EFI master kit on this car. So that is the EFI throttle body distributor. It's got ICE ignition leads. So yeah, you've just seen the videos before. One of the things that held me back getting this engine running in this car is waiting on this damn fuel pump. So ordered this in-tank fuel pump from Aces EFI in USA. I was probably almost a month had passed and I still hadn't received it. I emailed them and they were really, really quick to get back to me. Somehow it was lost in freight. So probably another 3 weeks, month what it's been. I ordered it just before Christmas. So yeah, 2 months. 2 months and I finally have it. Like this is what happens sometimes. Stuff just gets lost in freight. God knows what happened to it. But here it is here. So I've just broken the seal on it. This is a reason why a lot of stuff gets caught up. Open for inspection, border security. So yeah, that would have been stuck in customs in Sydney. Would have sat there, God knows how long. Nothing else in that box. So yeah, I'll, tight fit in tank. This would have been, it wouldn't have been any good for the Escort. The Escort uses a shitload of fuel. It's E85, so yeah, it wouldn't have been any good. Oh, this is what I love about Aces stuff. It's just so well packed. Look at this. Instructions. Aces. Very nice. So for people worried about making the hole in the tank to put this in, nothing's going to get through that filter. Although I'll go to a bit of trouble and make sure it's clean. So you've got 2 different types. That's obviously for tighter fit, I reckon. But yeah, I'll be able to use that. I'll face it the right way. Zip ties to hold it onto the pickup, I'd say. Aces. So, what's going on here? That must be separate. Yeah, I got this thing for the GoPro where I actually stick it on me. You stick it on my head. Look at that. First thing I look at, right? That says fuel injection, 255 litres per hour. You look at that and you think, oh yeah, it says Aces on it. But what actually is it? Is it Walbro? Or is it a Holly? Who knows? But apparently they're a pretty small company, so people are having a lot of problems with their tech support and stuff. I think they just got overloaded with their sales and they can't keep up. So this here, I think that's where you cut this down to where you want it to sit, maybe. Be careful it doesn't fall on the bonnet. Screws, insulation plugs for the terminals. Oh, righto. So you got 2 different lengths. It's funny how you can just open something up and you look at it and you just sort of figure out without reading instructions. But what I generally do, because of my job at work, I get a bit of time every now and then to read. So I'll just bring that to work with me and I'll have a really good look over it. But so this, you cut a hole. I'd say you'd use that as a template. Hole saw. This mounts to the top of the tank, goes like this. It'd be sandwiched. Oh yeah, so that'd go on the bottom. That'd go on top of the tank. And this here will go onto there, I guess. I have to have a look at instructions, but yeah. This would definitely not cut it for the Escort. It would not be able to keep up. Because I'm running E85 and big horsepower, it'd be alright on idle and stuff, but it's perfect for this car. So that'll mount. I reckon I'll end up mounting it. Bit of crap in the road, but right there. This fellow I was talking to follows me on YouTube. He's got a Holly one, and that's where he made his. Right there. Sorry, that's a perfect spot for it. And I can also get in through the fuel. The send unit goes for the fuel tank. Where that hole goes through, I'll be able to get in there and probably catch a lot of the metal that falls through. Then I can vacuum it out maybe. I don't know, work something out. But yeah, freaking awesome. Such good quality. So I've got the fuel line. I've got 2 rolls of it. 2 rolls of it here. Yeah. I just spent half an hour finding these. I had to dig right into the parts of this car. It turns out it was with all the nuts and bolts. I don't know why it ended up in there. I've got all the new stuff in a box that needs to go in the car, but somehow in the rush of getting the shed ready to get this Escort going, these ended up, yeah, wrong area. So here's this lap belt. I bought another lap belt. I ended up finding mine. It turned out to be alright, but bought this one. I think I was telling you just about it. But that's heaps similar to the new belt I've got. Yeah, so here's my review mirror too. Busted, but I managed to find one on the internet. Ordered it, got it, original and really good condition, so it's going in instead of that broken one. So these ones here, they're off like a, I know, XY, XW, Fairlane or that era. They do not belong to this car. So when I rang up Grand Tour and explained it to him, and the guy who's doing all this stuff wasn't in. I sound like I was talking to a boss man, but he said, righto, he just sent a package out, an envelope, and I put these in it, send them back, and as along with it, he's going to send the ones that are meant to go to this car. Then he ended up calling me back 3 weeks later and said they're on a back order, they've run out. Their suppliers run out, so it's like a bugger. Same story. So I've already got the badges to go on the guards here. I've got them. They're ready. I actually broke, when I was doing the back, actually broke one. Super fragile. Snapped that off. So I've got a spare Falcon badge. But the one of the spares I had, I've got these special clips too going in behind. I'm going to put them on yet. I've got them here. Yeah, very hard to do shit with one hand. Yeah, Falcon 500. So they got to go on the guards. Got that to do. So what I might do now, might have a go up on this handbrake in. I know that I've kept the original one for this car. It's still in there, broken. So I should be able to just pull this one out, put the other one in. I've got a little bit of time for I have to go pick my son up. Got this handbrake assembly out, so I figured had to pull this little clip up. That way this goes in past its usual point of going all the way in. Had to take this wheel off. It's got a split, got a pin, split pin there. Just so I can get this in far enough. So this goes all the way, that goes all the way along there, then goes into that slot. And that's able to give me access to get to the cable clips into here. So all I've done now is put a new cable in, put the wheel on that back on, and yeah, put it in the car and see how it goes. Handbrake cable worked out really good. It seemed a bit longer because I've used, anyone that doesn't know, I don't know how good the lighting is, but I used the Jeep Grand Cherokee handbrake cable. And yeah, I put an extra mount in here to secure it a bit better, but it works really good. I can't spin that. This wheel here, you cannot spin it for life here, but that one there, if you use a heap of might, you can just start to turn it. So I'll just have to test it more when it's on the ground and see how it goes. I know when I had my pink slip, my last pink slip off, the one before last, because the last one was the Escort, had the Jeep, took it to this mechanic. I usually go to him, but he seems really good. He actually puts the car in drive on level ground, and when the car tries to drive forward, he just reefs the handbrake on. He wants it to stop the car. which is fair enough. This car here, I think that drove so well I can't turn for the life of me. I had a bar hanging off it last time we done this and I couldn't get it to turn. So I just got to actually physically test it out of the car, but if it doesn't work, I'll have to look into what I can do. There's adjustment. That's what someone brought up in the comments section in the past about the handbrake on this. Like the cable itself, it's got no adjustment like most Falcons have got it. But you adjust them from the back. Actually, I'll show you. These newer ones, you adjust them right up in here. Lighting shit. But yeah, these take this little, there's like a little rubber seal. You pop that off and you can adjust like a little screw and it makes it tighter. And I thought, yeah, I'll have to do something about that, put something in the cable. But when my Jeep failed rego, I drove it straight home and I tried getting under the car and got on Google. There's so much information about Jeeps on Google. And yeah, there's no adjustment in the cable. All the adjustment is the same as this car is now. So, but I might be able to adjust that passenger side one and put a bit more tension in it. Maybe that's what it needs, because the Jeep, I'd adjust that heaps because I replaced the whole diff assembly, and I didn't do the handbrake up properly like I should have. But now that's done. I had no intention of doing this today. Today was just going to be an update showing you what I've got. Now it's turning into a video of me ranting. But you know what's really getting under my skin today? Is bloody scammers. The first one come around, they contact me through Facebook Messenger, and they start talking about the car, but they don't talk anything specific about the car. It's more or less just a blank, how much do you want for it? What's the vehicle history? And then they start going, where's his vehicle history check? It's like, oh, here we go again. I'll give it to them. I was chatting with one this morning. I reckon I chatting him for about 40 minutes, just wasting his time. Then I thought, hang on, I'm probably talking to a bloody bot. AI, artificial intelligence, who knows? But then today, I'm short with him. They just get on there, and one just got under my skin just now. I've got the other silver Jeep on the market, and he's asking me what's the lowest you'd take, when's the best time for you to look at it, and I'll tell him all the things wrong with it, and he's going, oh yeah, that's not a problem, I can fix that. I thought, oh, this guy might actually be for real, but look at his profile, it's private. I hate these private accounts. And then he rattled off the, can I get this vehicle report? And I just gave it to him. I shouldn't say it on YouTube because your kid's in the background, but I gave it to him. He's like, what the fuck? I'm a genuine buyer. And I'm like, don't give me that shit. It's blocked him. Piss off. Waste of time. But righto. Yeah, so I think, I don't know what I'm going to do next on this. There's heaps to do. I've got the exhaust. I've got this wrap over there. I've got to take the extractors off. I have to get rid of the rust on them and wrap them. I've got a 2.5 inch stainless steel dual exhaust there. That's got to go on. There's heaps to do, but it's just labour. It's just work. I know what I'm doing now. Like, this car is simple compared to the Escort. So yeah, righto guys. I'll keep you updated, but I don't know when I'm gonna have another video up. Probably next 2-3 weeks. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Chat to you soon.